Have you ever been so close to going after that big thing you've been dreaming about, or taking that hobby you love and turning it into a lucrative business? You hesitate and life gets in the way. You wait, you overthink, and the worst part is, you know you're stalling. I want to become a full-time artist and filmmaker. In this video, you're going to watch me bring it to life, turning my painting passion from my hobby into a full-time business in 4 key steps. Number 1 is to talk about the hesitation, the big, scary things that are holding us all back. Number 2 is scaffolding, building all of the skills and tools and resources you need to break through that hesitation. Number 3 is action, is the logistics around everything you need to turn your hobby into a business. And number 4 is the result, a committed business that's established to sell my paintings and prints of them, to funnel clients towards with actual sales and tangible results. So buckle up, it's gonna be a ride, but we're gonna do this together. Hi, I'm Paige, interior designer, mom, wife, and artist, and I've been sitting on my dream for way too long. Let's break down how I brought it to life so that you can for your dream too. We are taking on this episode as a chit-chat and chores because life is lifing, and chances are the things that are getting in my way are also getting in yours. Number 1, the hesitation. So let's dive in deep and start with my favorite part of any great adventure. All of those fears that try and convince you this is the scariest thing you've ever done. They sound like, this is never gonna work. I don't have my poop in a group to pull this off. And who's ever going to believe in me anyway? There are also all of the inadequacies that come up, like not having the skills or the resources you think you need. Or the ever-present imposter syndrome, which I know we've all felt.
What's that one?
Oh, it's missing a pedal.
Or the realities of just having a really full life and not much time. Which, of course, you can't complain about, but also, ironically, leads to guilt. And that guilt moves into every area of your life because when you're spending time on one thing, you're leaving time out of another.
Let's have a race. Ready, set, go!
And the pressure of those priorities not always coming together as you'd imagine puts a lot of thought onto judgment and what other people are thinking about you.
Ready, lean in.
Big hug.
Okay.
Oh, big hug, big hug.
But here's the best part, that judgment is a superpower in your back pocket because it means you're carving a path worth watching. People are taking note of what kind of things are unfolding in your life doesn't always mean that there are bad things happening. Sometimes they just want a piece of your magic.
My favorite is this.
Your favorite is the fungus? When people think you're crazy and cringy, it just means things are starting to work. All of those little shortcomings that you feel are roadblocks are actually the things, the little threads that make up the fabric of your dream being exactly what it is. It's yours. Nobody else owns it. The hardest part is that the weight of those perspectives coming into focus to work good for you in your life and your goals takes time. And time can feel like a really big burden when you're carrying a really big dream. The good news is there are solutions, and they might not be what you expect. See, the thing about motivation is that it's a mindset, and progress is contagious. And what I'm going to suggest to you to do is by no means rocket science. You're likely already doing these things. I call this segment Go Do Things. Crazy, I know. And the solutions to the big things that we're thinking about accomplishing feel a little far off. The best thing we can do is refocus and frame our mindset over what we can control. Do things you make excuses for. That stroller has a flat tire, pump it up. Don't like getting up early? Do it anyway. Kids need to come along? Load them up. Don't have time for a full workout? How about a brisk walk around the block? There will always be 10,000 reasons not to do something. Do it anyway. Do things you hate. There's a version of you that only exists on the other side of things you don't want to do. And that's not motivational, it's neurological. Your brain is wired to avoid discomfort, so every time you back out, you reinforce the belief that it's unsafe. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. But when you do the thing anyway, especially when quitting isn't an option, you literally rewire that pattern. You build what's called the stress tolerance and your capacity expands. You don't need to like it, you just need to stay. Because the moment you stop negotiating with yourself and start following through, you shift your identity. And that's where the real confidence comes from. Not feeling ready, but proving to yourself that you don't need to be.
I hate this so much.
The worst part is over. It's just about breathing. I think the thing about cold plunging, because I absolutely hate it, and I'm the first to admit my husband does this far more than I do, it is 100% about your mind and not your body. The more uncomfortable you can be in here, the more it gives you. I still hate it. I hate it very, very, very much. Okay, I think I'm done. We can do hard things. We can do hard things. Do things you're bad at. Doing things you're bad at is humbling in the best way. I'm out here gardening, which I fully suck at. So bless the green things in my life that have come into my path because the odds are not in your favor. But that's kind of the point. Being bad forces you to slow down, pay attention, and let go of needing to be good right away. It teaches you patience, it teaches humility, and it builds this quiet kind of confidence that isn't based on talent, but on showing up anyway. And for the moms, there's something else happening here too. My daughter's beside me asking questions I don't have answers to. And that's its own kind of growth. Letting them see you try to figure it out, even get it wrong. You don't need to know everything. You just need to stay curious with them and for yourself. Do things that add fuel. What you put in is fuel, and not just in a physical sense. This meal, these choices, they're either giving you energy or quietly taking it. And it's not about perfection, it's about awareness, about asking, is this supporting the life I'm trying to build? Because the way you fuel yourself shows up everywhere, in your energy, your patience, your clarity, even how you show up for your kids. Now, let's take a look under the hood and talk about logistics. I actually have no idea what goes on underneath here. I just really wanted to use that intro. The truth is that chasing a big dream or starting a business is far less cinematic than we'd like. It looks like late nights when your family's asleep and the world's turned off, staying up late, working on your computer for endless hours, wondering where in the day you left a part of your sanity, because surely you must be a little bit crazy to try and pull this off. Every single dream is going to be different, and the logistics that go along with them are going to be unique for you as well. And I will get more into the nuts and bolts of what I'm going to do for my painting business to launch it and do prints online. But for now, I think it's important to just emphasize that you can do this. It is entirely possible, even when your current sound studio is the back of your vehicle because it's the only quiet space. The truth is, you're gonna have to reach down, deep down inside yourself and find your wild card, the skill you have that nobody else has, the one that makes you relentless for that goal. I think my wild card ability isn't as much intelligence so much as it is a relentless, unnerving ability to be so determined to pull something off. Whatever that creative ability is for you, it's yours alone. You're going to lean into that attribute and push it with all of your might. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about the nuts and bolts of how to build a business. The first thing you're going to need is all of your socials set up. This is a place where your brand identity lives, where you are going to virtually and realistically grow in front of everybody as you do it. As I said earlier, the more you're cringy, the more you look crazy, the better you're doing. So just keep leaning into that. The second thing you're going to need is a website hosting platform with e-com capabilities. I use Squarespace. It's for dummies. It's amazing. I highly recommend. They are not sponsoring this video. I started off with nothing but my iPhone and a free online editing platform called DaVinci Resolve. They are incredible. Also, not sponsoring this video. Next, you're going to need a great attitude and a lot of grit, because the more you film yourself, the better you get. But in the beginning, you really suck and you're going to feel terribly about it. But it's a good thing. It will grow you beyond measure. I cannot say enough good things for what this YouTube channel has done for me. And if you're anything like I know you are, because you've been this far in this video, you are eager to put it to the test. So get in front of the camera, flex your muscles, be awkward, be cringy, and keep on going. You're also going to have to think of all the logistics about how to get your product or service into the hands of your customers. If it's virtual, that's wonderful. But if it requires shipping or you to travel, you need to take those things into consideration beforehand. Lastly, you want to put a lot of thought into marketing and how you are packaging your product or your offer for your customers to purchase it. I would even go as far as to create a specific character profile, build out everything about your ideal client, what they love, what they hate, what their passions are, what motivates them, where do they live, what are their hobbies, who are their friends, what do they do for a living, what are their biggest fears. Get to know the person that is going to be buying and play devil's advocate for yourself to make sure that your offer and your product product, meet them exactly where they're at. If they have to move an inch geographically or on a dollar or even emotionally, they're not going to do that for you. Put it exactly in front of their nose. Chasing a big dream or starting a business is a lot to carry, and I get it. I'm living proof of that exact struggle. But if I've learned anything over the course of my life so far and the biggest dreams I've had to chase, it's that those things that come up that seem like failures are actually the things that end up carving you into being the best version of yourself. Lean into those failures and the pitfalls and the things that you really struggle with. You're carving a new business or a new dream, and on the way, you're carving yourself. It's okay for the two to flex and grow alongside each other, and as they do, this weird little alignment starts to happen where you become the goal itself. I love that part. I respond to every single one of you that comments down below because I'm here for this, for building a community of like-minded people who want to go chase big things and have big dreams, who aren't afraid to say the quiet part out loud.